G'day guys, Duckville here. Welcome to another replay featuring some very high profile players, as you can see here in the chat. This is going to be, I originally was not actually going to cast this one or any more from Moonglade, but I figured what the hell, we need some more Australian players out there, and for some of you Australian folks who may be watching, you need to see that there are some awesome Aussie players you should keep a track of. So, and obviously the one big factor here is that TLO is playing the little one, as his other AKA is the little one, and he is now playing as Zerg. This particular match is off the Korean server, sorry, and so he's going to be up against Moonglade down here. This is on Jungle Basin, so we've got Moonglade down here at the 5 o'clock position and TLO up here in the 10 o'clock position. This is a bit of a pretty dreamy cast for me, namely because obviously we have a massively high skilled Australian player here in Moonglade, and obviously with one of my favourite players from very much early in the beta TLO, when we saw all sorts of crazy antics from TLO. Yeah, this will be very interesting for me. I have not actually watched this replay. I just figured, what the hell, this is going to be between two massively awesome players, and we'll just have to see what happens, because especially on this map, Jungle Basin, as we can see here, the players, as Zerg, this is very much sort of dependent on how you actually play against the Zerg if you aren't Zerg, like in a non-mirror match. This can be very favourable map for Zerg, given that you do have this sort of semi-protected expo, the natural sort of what I like to call a backdoor expo, much like in the Brood War days of God's Garden and some of those maps where you had a backdoor expansion where it wasn't too vulnerable at all. So this is very much, in a way, a Zerg map, but with that, a lot of players recently have been taking that into account, and you can actually see a lot of very early pressure builds against Zerg. So you can see some early racks pressure. You can see even 2 gates on this map. Even I myself have actually done a 2 gate on this map with some excellent success with that. But we'll have to see how this map actually plays out in a Zerg versus Zerg. Now, starting up straight away, interesting from here from TLO. He's grabbed the natural expansion here, which is almost done. We'll probably see perhaps a couple of drones pop over there to that house, but I'm not sure. We also have a hatchery straight up, a 3rd hatchery in the main at the front door. This is probably going to provide TLO with, number one, a little bit of a block here. It's not necessarily like a Terran or a Protoss would block their ramp, anything like that, but it is definitely going to provide him with reinforcements that are a lot closer to his ramp in the event that he actually wants to start rallying down here to Moonglade's base. But we'll see what happens. He's only just now getting his spawning pool up. I believe that Glade may have actually seen that. Yeah, he does actually see the hatchery there, and as he counter to that, he sent up a few lings quite early here. We'll have to see how TLO handles this, as we do have these lings coming through here. They've spotted that the 3rd hatchery is done along with this one down here at the natural. They're going to try and get some drone kills, I would assume. They are coming in here, and there have been a couple of lings that have popped out for TLO. He's got a couple out, and he's going to try and defend these few drones that are remaining here, and he will actually push them out. So some nice work there by TLO to stop that early aggression from Moonglade, and we'll have to see how we progress from here. We do have a Roach Warren going down for Moonglade, so he's going to be progressing into Roaches. I wouldn't say he's going to be doing too many Roaches just at the start. He's only got 1 gas at the moment. Now, Roaches aren't massively gas heavy. Whoops, I just clicked on his lair there. I don't know what that was for, but anyway, as you can see here, only the 25 gas for Roaches, so you don't necessarily need to have all 4 extractors up and running, but definitely I would have thought if he's going to do some very hard pressure with the Roaches at the start, he would have had a 2nd up by now, but I am no Zerg expert by any means. TLO, meanwhile, is just sticking with his minerals. Obviously, given that he's gone this very fast 3rd hatchery, he's going to try and make sure he has enough Zerglings to fend off any early pressure. He is going to put down a Roach Warren now, and he's going to grab 2 extractors down here at the natural. Obviously, a little bit of a bit more protected position in a way to have those there. And I'll just also point out here as well, we do actually have, this is now making a bit more of a funnel here at the front ramp for TLO. You do have a way in here with these, with this tiny little path along here. The units will be able to get through there. However, they will also only be able to go out this side, and it looks as if TLO is actually going to block this completely. I'm not sure if this was a misstep putting that Roach Warren just off to the side, but either way, he is now blocking that off properly, and he's also obviously blocked here with his own Zergling. So yeah, he does actually let one Zergling get inside. Moonglade's going to see what's happening. He would have seen the Roach Warren here, and also the fact that a Spine Crawler was going up. You would think from Moonglade's position, he is probably going to suspect that TLO is going to go for a bit more of a macro style here at the start of the game, given that he's now protected the ramp and he's got his natural up and running. So what we're going to see is a push here from Moonglade. He's got, how many is that? That's around about 11 roaches up and running here up to through the middle, and with some Zergling support as well, and his Zerglings do have speed now as well, of course. So we'll see a little bit of a push here from Moonglade. He's going to try and use the ramp as best as he can, but of course with the block here from two Queens, a Spine Crawler, and a whole bunch of Zerglings. Well, they were Zerglings, but now they're Deadlings. But Moonglade's actually going to push up here and try and take out what he can. He does get rid of the Spine Crawler that was here at the ramp. He's going to try and push through now, using a bit of a heavy attack here, using some Lings to actually force out some of the units down at the back there. Hopefully I can get the health bars out of the way. There we go, because this is going all over the place. This one Spine Crawler here for TLO. Drones coming down to defend as well, because the drones are really needed here with this many roaches inside the base of TLO, and it looks as if Moonglade's going to do a whole heap of damage, which he has done. It's actually taken out two of the Queens that were here. It's taken out some drones and taken out a lot of units as well, and of course he has stopped TLO from mining. As we can see, all of these drones only just went back to mining. Nothing down here except this one dude here. He doesn't care. He needs to get his money to pay for his rent. But we're going to see some more pressure coming in from Moonglade. Obviously, he is aware that this is a very heavy macro build from TLO, and the point being, if he lets TLO get away with this for too long, he is obviously never going to be able to catch up with him, given that TLO will have a lot more lava production. So Moonglade's going to push up here. This, I wonder if he actually makes use of this bit that's not actually blocked here, but they might not be able to get through there. Either way, Moonglade is going to just brute force his way through here. Overlord's flying over the top trying to help, but they cannot do anything at all. And the drones are going to have to come across again. And the drones actually get blocked by all these Lings here that made a little bit of a wall. That was actually, I'm not sure if that was intentional by Moonglade or not, but he actually pushed in really hard and blocked the drones, so the drones could not come and support. Now that was a pretty cool game. Obviously not the most effective of builds from TLO there, but it was definitely worth a shot, as he would have been thinking, I suspect. And just a great game there from Moonglade, utilizing the advantage he had of the early sort of pressure there with the roaches, and just brute forcing his way to a victory. So well done to Moonglade there. There are a couple of other Moonglade videos which are replays, sorry, which are available. If possible, I might jump on and do those. But next up will probably be some things from MLG. I'm going to try and grab a couple of the specific matches from MLG, which just finished up in Dallas over in the States, and we'll be having a look at a couple of the particular builds that were used in MLG to great effect. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you would like to leave any comments, please do so. Also, do note, I did have the health bars on a lot with this game, so make sure if you want to see the health bars on more, or you don't want to see them, let me know, and depending on which way it goes, we'll leave them on or turn them off. Thanks very much, guys. Cheers.